Hi everyone. My name is Sara, and as Jade said, I work with EcoConsulting and I'm representing them today. This is us. We are a private organization, but we also work on something that I think a lot of NGOs work on, which is sustainability and green design and things like that. So essentially, we are a sustainability consulting company, which means we give advice to architects, to engineers, to developers on how to make their buildings more eco-friendly, more sustainable. We also specialize in green building certifications. I don't know if you've heard of LEED or BREEAM, LEED certified building. We also offer services that are complementary to this, such as thermal modeling for the engineers amongst you, renewable energy advice, carbon footprint analysis, and things of the sort. So we are not a design engineering firm, so we don't create buildings, we don't size the HVAC system, we don't choose the lighting system, but rather it's more like we sit with the design team and with the owner of the building and with the other consultants, and we see their design and we try to incorporate or discuss how to integrate sustainable features into it and how to integrate energy efficiency into their design. Currently we are the only company that's doing that in Lebanon, and most of them in the sustainability field in Lebanon, most of the firms are small firms, and this is our case. So it's small firms with small teams. Because the sustainability field here is still developing and it's growing at a slow rate. With the exception of some big engineering firms that have a small team dedicated to energy efficiency. But in general, you won't see a big corporate company of 100 employees that's specialized in green buildings. So this is sort of what sets us apart, is that this is all we do. We don't do anything else. I'd like to take a minute here just to talk about I think this is very beneficial for recent graduates. I don't know if any of you, if this applies to any of you. To start at a small company, I think it's very beneficial for recent graduates because you get to learn much, much more than you would in a bigger company. Of course, I'm generalizing here. This is not always the case. But this was my experience. You get to, because it's such a small team, you are a very valuable asset to the company because you're 1 out of 10 employees instead of 1 out of 100. So personal development is very big focus, and also you get responsibilities sooner than you would have in a big company. So I mean, I know some of my friends when they started, they couldn't, for example, lead meetings or handle projects on their own until they had spent 1 year at the company, and this was like a rule regardless of their performance. Whereas in my case, if I performed well and if I was achieving good results, I was, if you want, granted more responsibilities, which is good for recent graduates. Okay, in terms of working in this field, in the sustainability field here, of course it's obvious that since we're talking about buildings, then the background we are looking for are engineers and architects mostly. But the most important thing is that you have good knowledge of green buildings, of sustainability, and of energy efficiency and these type of things. This is more important than the actual background. We also look for people who have some technical skills like thermal modeling. This would be a plus for you. If you have certifications like the LEED VA certification, for example, this would also be an added value. We look for people who have very good communication skills, because we are a consultancy after all, so we typically have several meetings and we have to deal with contractors, consultants, building owners, design team, as I said. What else? We look for people with good, fast learning ability. The sustainability field progresses really fast, and every week you have a new technology, a new concept that's being published. So if a client comes and says, I want this technology into my building, then you have to have an idea about it and be able to assist them. In terms of career path, career development, since it's a small firm, as I said, there's a lot of room for improvement, and it directly depends on your performance. First of all, you are a valuable asset, so you don't have a room to not perform well. So you can't be an under-average employee. You have to work hard, and you have to be dedicated. And but if you are, I mean, if you perform well, you are able to grow in terms of career quite fast. So you become senior, manager, and most importantly, you become a specialist in what you do. Because again, you are not just a typical mechanical engineer or a general architect, you are very specialized in what you do, so people would seek your expertise. What else? I will talk a bit about our company. So we are a team of engineers, and actually we don't have any architects at the moment, we're just engineers. We are from different nationalities and different cultures, even though we are a small team. Our corporate culture is very relaxed in terms of atmosphere. So we have very flexible working hours. We don't have any dress code. In general, we focus much more on the work, the time that we spend at the office. We are dedicated and we work hard, and we meet our deadlines, of course. We keep good relationships with our clients, and we produce good quality work. But in return, we don't work any extra hours, for example, and we don't work on weekends, and we have this relaxed and positive atmosphere at work. What we look for in candidates is usually recent graduates from 0 to 2 years experience. As I said, the backgrounds are in general engineering or architecture. A master's, if it's relevant, if it's in an area that's relevant, if it's green architecture, bioclimatic design, things of this sort, then of course it would help, but it's not a necessity. We look for people, in general, all our team, my colleagues are not here today, but if you look at the Facebook or Twitter of any of us, you'll see that there are frequent posts about sustainability, about green initiatives, and we're all very passionate about it, and we look for this in candidates. So we focus on people who not just know about green buildings or sustainability, but incorporate it in the way they think and the way they live. So this is something that is important to our atmosphere. I think that's it. I think I was a bit faster than I thought I would be, but this leaves room for questions if you have any. Before I finish, we currently don't have any openings. As I said, we are a small team, so I don't think we will have any openings for the next 6 months. But in any case, if you'd like to know more about our company or our industry or our work, then you can visit the website, and you can always drop us an email with your CV, and whenever we have a vacancy, then we'd look for it. The process usually is typical to any other company. It's the CV selection in the beginning, and then an interview. So any questions? We don't have any preference or any, currently we are a majority of mechanical engineers, but it just happened. It's not a requirement. We also have a chemical engineer, which is kind of weird regarding buildings, but it's just about the knowledge and the experience, if there is any. Thank you.